All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Target Talk. As always, we are your hosts. I'm Justin. I got Mike,
What up?
and we got a very special guest with us, Miss Maddie Scott.
How you doing, everybody?
Very good, very good. How about yourself?
I'm great, blessed, can't complain.
That's great to hear.
Absolutely.
Well, first off, we appreciate your time. Appreciate you coming through to the show.
Yes,
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys having me.
Of course.
absolutely. Well, we'll just go ahead and jump right in with some questions for you. So growing up in Indian Head, Maryland, what was your first memory of falling in love with basketball?
It started at a young age, and it actually wasn't in India Head. It was at my cousin's house in Springdale, Maryland. Never forget it. Uh, Back in the day, going outside playing, against the boys from sun up to sundown, with my cousins is just a memory that I remember that I would never forget, and it really helped like form my love for the game of basketball.
Okay.
Okay. Did you grow up watching any particular teams or players that made you think like, oh, I really want to do this?
Definitely on the women's side,
Oh,
Candace Parker, watched her a lot, and then on the men's side, Kobe,
yeah.
Okay.
and also I watch a lot of Brandon Ingram as well because
Okay.
I see a lot of comparison in games, so I see a lot of things that I do that he does as well. Of course at a better level that I'm hoping to get to. So just studying him and his moves.
Yeah. Definitely a similar play style, you and Brandon Ingram.
Yeah.
And with Kobe, is that why you wear the number 24?
Yes, he's my favorite player of all time. So sad I didn't get to meet him, but may he continue to rest in peace.
For sure.
Absolutely.
We definitely agree on that. That's definitely my favorite player too.
Yeah. He's my goat.
I'll fight anybody about that.
Exactly. Anybody.
Yeah.
Uh, who was the first person that really believed in you as a hooper?
I honestly can't give that to just one person. I can't call out one person. I felt like it's taking a village to get me here. So throughout my journey, AU, middle school, high school ball, like different people have stepped into my life. God's blessed me with different people. So from my principals to my AAU coaches, to my coaches, my high school coaches, to my family, just I go down the list of different people who stepped up and sacrificed so much for me. So I'm forever grateful for them, and I hope that I can continue to make them proud.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned your high school. You went to Bishop McNamara. I think that's how you
Yes,
say it. What was the basketball culture like there?
it was amazing. I can honestly say that McNamara, prepared me for, college, prepared me for, what I'm getting ready to see in the pros. McNamara was a great first stop. All the intangibles, that you need to be successful. I feel like they provided, all the players. So it was amazing, and I give McNamara my love always because they definitely helped, me grow as not only a basketball player, but as Madison, the young woman as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
While in high school, you accumulated a lot of accolades, I should say. You ended up ranked top 15 in the nation. McDonald's All American. How were you able to stay grounded with all the hype and success around you in high school?
I think for me, it was just always having something to prove. Uh, you know, I wasn't. You talk about me being ranked top 15 growing up, a lot of blessings, but I still, of course, you always want more. I was never one of uh, those types to be complacent. Never one of those types to want to be average. I've always wanted more and always strived to be the best that I can be. So that's what's honestly got me here today as well. All of those accolades, always going after everything that I set my mind to. Understanding that it's going to take hard work, that it's going to take discipline. That's really going after those goals. Back then, McDonald's All American stuff like that helped me go after some goals here on the collegiate level as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And with you being ranked in the top 15, it did come as a shock to some people when you chose to play for Coach Yo at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
What made you pick that decision?
Coach Yo. To be completely honest with you, before I spoke with Coach Yo, Ole Miss was off my list. Of course, great university, but I was going in a different direction. And one day, my phone rang. I looked down at the caller ID, and it was Coach Yo. And from that day forward, we built a relationship that's unbreakable, that's bigger than basketball. Um, I believed in her vision, for Ole Miss. She believed in me. So it worked hand in hand. We got two people that believe and who are willing to put in the work to be successful. That's all you need. And from there, uh, we were able to change a program, to help rebuild a program. So I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. It was hard back then, with everybody doubting my decision and, you know, everybody, not believing. But I thank God. I thank my village because with them, I was able to cancel out the noise and focus on what mattered. So again, I wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah.
Uh, if you don't mind me asking, what were some of the schools you were looking at?
My top five. It's been a while, but my top five: UCLA, Florida State, Maryland, Miami, and Ole Miss.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah,
good list for sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
uh, so you mentioned that phone call with Coach Yo. What was that first conversation like?
Honestly, it was like I don't want to say love at first sight, but it's just like you talk to somebody and your goals like align. You talk to somebody and automatically the first conversation you feel comfortable enough to like talk to them about anything. That's the type of person Coach O is. Her aura, her energy, her vibe. You know what I'm saying? Her want, her hunger, her want to be great. The way she goes after it. You want to be like that. You can't be what you can't see. So at the time, of course, I didn't know this, but just from that first conversation, everything that she was dishing out, her energy was something that I wanted to be a part of. It was something that I could already see would push me past my limits. And that's something that, I was willing to take a chance on. So like I said, as long as you got two people that believe, nothing else matters. And you got God, nothing else matters.
Absolutely,
For sure. For sure.
definitely.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, want to join a winning team coming out of high school, coming out of college. You joined a team that went winless in that
In
year.
the SEC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prior to the build up, what was the mindset coming from there once again?
Honestly, it was wanting to do something different. Growing up, I've always been different. I've never really been like everybody else, and I've been okay with that. I've always been unapologetically me, and even now, as I'm continuing to grow, as a person, as a player, I'm unapologetically Madison Scott, and I'm okay with that. And that goes back to that decision that I made back then. A lot of people didn't believe. A lot of people I should have went. Believed I should have went somewhere that was more established, a program that was more, just doing more at the time. But for me, I was okay with not making that decision. For me, it wasn't just about that. It was about being somewhere that I was going to be able to grow and improve. 4 years, somewhere that I can really call my home and really see myself developing the way I wanted to develop. It was deeper than just going and winning. I wanted to really, really grow as a person. And I really feel like I've done that here. These people have raised me. This is somewhere that I've spent 5 years and have had a lot of success, with God by our sides through it all. So again, I wouldn't change it. It wasn't easy, but I go back to canceling out the noise. My advice to anyone, any and everybody, all the hoopers coming up, cancel out the noise. Trust yourself. Trust the work that you put in. Trust in God. Trust your village. That's all you need. And anyone, who is outside of that, anyone that's outside of what you prioritize, you got to be able to cancel them out and focus on what matters.
For sure. Was there a culture shock coming from Maryland to Mississippi? Was it a little bit of an adjustment?
Oh, definitely adjustment. Just Southern hospitality.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. Nah, it's been dope down here. It actually wasn't as much as an adjustment as I thought it was gonna be, to be completely honest. Simply because Oxford, they love Ole Miss. They love the University of Mississippi. They love us. They from every fan that I've ever come across, everybody that's ever encountered here that supported women's basketball, they do it with everything in them. They give their all. They're not half time fans. They're full time fans. They love women's basketball and they love Ole Miss. So as soon as I step foot on campus, they've embraced me with love, support, encouragement. They've honestly helped raise me. Into the young woman that you see right now. So. I credit Oxford. I credit the entire Oxford community for accepting me, loving me, and pushing me. Because from this day forward, from since I stepped on campus till now, and it will continue as I continue to play. I thrive to make them proud because they raised me, and I wouldn't be where I am without each and every person. So I appreciate it. And I look forward again for the opportunity to make them proud in the future.
Yeah. Well, you're definitely still making them proud for sure.
I appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
You know, rookie year, you won freshman of the year. First Ole Miss player since 2003, 2004. How do you feel? How does that make? How was that achievement for you? How did that make you feel?
Oh, it made me feel really, really happy. Really, really happy because, again, I was able to make a lot of people proud. At the time, I was being coached by Coach on Missy Price, big W legend, big time hooper at Ole Miss, big legend, here in Mississippi, here at Ole Miss. And she was the last person to wear 2-4, before me. So it was a big time deal, big time thing. And she was also the last at Ole Miss, the last winner before me for freshman of the year. So that moment, meant everything to me, to be in the same category as a legend like Coach Mitt. And that's somebody who had an amazing career at Ole Miss, and I just wanted to, take after her and leave my legacy here and leave a mark like she did. So I thank her for everything that she did, for all the hoopers that came after her. We're really, really appreciative.
What was that conversation like when you ended up winning freshman of the year?
It was dope. It was dope. The energy was amazing. And then they did something that I didn't know they was gonna do. They dropped the video. I'm sure it's somewhere that you can still find to this day, but they dropped the video with her narrating the video, and she was like, almost like passing me the keys, like from 1-2-4 to another 2-4. Like it was legendary. Something that I will, never forget. So forever grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That 2-4 Ole Miss, man, that's got to be like a lot of pressure to put that on now
Yes.
going forward.
For sure.
Well, I feel like you have made her proud in your collegiate career. I mean, you have all kinds of accolades. You're two-time SEC All Defensive Team. That's impressive. All freshman team, all kinds. So I think you've done a good job at Ole Miss to make that
Thank you so
legend
much.
out
I
even
appreciate it.
for sure.
And help build the program up to being back to prestigious basketball,
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, we'll move on to the next step. You were drafted by the Dallas Wings.
Yes.
Unfortunately, got waived a month later. With that being said, how was that feeling of being drafted?
Oh man, it's what I've dreamed of, for as long as I can remember. From the time that I decided, to really start taking basketball seriously and to really lock in, that's been what everything's been for. Everything that all the work I've put in, all the early mornings, late nights, the tears, the blood, the injuries, uh, it's all been for that moment. So that moment meant everything to me. To this day, every time I think about it, I just smile from ear to ear because it was truly a dream come true, and it was a testament to the work that I put in. It was a testament to God, So I'm really, really proud of that achievement. Something I never forget.
It's definitely something to be proud of. I mean, how many people can even say they got to that point?
Right,
So
right.
definitely something to be proud of.
Blessed, blessed, blessed for sure.
So, do you feel like since being waived, do you feel like that has given you more motivation going forward to your next team to trying to get back onto a
Oh,
roster?
definitely. I feel like I'm more motivated than ever right now. You get a taste of something, and let's say your grandma in there cooking, and you come in and you get a little taste of the collard greens, but you can't have a full plate yet, but you just get a taste. That's kind of how I felt
Yeah.
hooping with the wings. Dream come true. I'm here. I'm in the moment, and I got a little taste. And as much as I wanted to go and make me a plate, it just wasn't my time yet. My table wasn't called yet. My grandma said it's not ready yet. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's okay. So yeah, you're right. It was a hard pill to swallow. It definitely hurt. I really Dallas, the Wings, super grateful for them, for the opportunity. And it meant a lot to be drafted by them. So, wishing them nothing but the best. But God makes no mistakes. Everything happens for a reason. And I just look at this time as a great time to get better, a great time to grow. Like I just said, God makes no mistakes. I'm here back at Ole Miss in Oxford with access to the facility, being an alum, the so grateful. Access to the weight room, the training room facility, access to getting better each and every day. No excuses. You know what I'm saying? So again, as much as I would be love to be playing right now, I know that this time that God has given me is for a reason. So it just wasn't my time yet. My journey's gonna look a little different, but I'll be ready. The next time my number's called for sure.
For sure. And I have no doubt that it will get called. It's just a matter of timing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
How quick was that for you to just be like, all right, let me just lock in and get back in the gym?
Let me not listen. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. you know, I'm human, and like I said, this was my dream. So it definitely wasn't easy, and it definitely took me a couple days. I think I got waived officially on Mother's Day, and then I left Dallas the next day. So when I got back to Oxford really late that next day after Mother's Day. So that following day, I can't lie, I felt everything that I had felt that was waiting to literally come out. I just had to sit and feel it. No more dodging it, no more hiding it, tucking it away. I was behind closed doors. I was by myself. It was this time for me to just mentally, decompress. Just let everything out. So I did that, and it was a process. But then after I did that, I was like, okay, you let it out. No more feeling sorry. No more questioning. No more doubting. No more anything that wasn't pertaining to getting better and growing. I had to get it out. I had to get it out. I couldn't keep harping and harping and harping. So, like I said, it wasn't easy, and it took a village. People texting me, calling me, just checking in. And it just took me praying. I did a lot of praying, a lot of talking to God, just to get some clarity, just to make sure that I was still moving in the right direction. Because something like that, as much as it's something to be celebrated, it almost makes you, take a step back, and you don't enjoy the moment because you're like, you're questioning everything that you've done in that moment. But I've really been praying to God. He's been telling me to just enjoy it, keep working hard, and I will, reap what I sow.
Yeah, for sure. And I think if you didn't take that time to just digest what happened, and you kind of would have been holding on to it, then you weren't really ever going to be able to get past it. So that's good you took that time to yourself to realize what's going on, and then lock in after. I think you're going to see better results that way.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
So for your future team that you play on, what do you think that you can bring to that team? What is your best skill set that you have?
For me, my best skill set is on the defensive end. I can defend. When all else fails, like that's something that I take with me everywhere I go. Is my defense. And on top of that, my passion. Yes, it may not be a skill set that you can get by doing something per se, but like my passion is something that drives me. It's something that's with me in everything that I do, and it's something that really allows me to give my all in everything that I do because I'm so passionate about it, because I love it so much. You get what I'm saying? So my passion and my defense is something that I travel with. So any team that I go to, you're going to get that. You're going to get someone that's very passionate, that loves it, that does not take the game for granted, that wants to give her all, that wants to be great, that really wants to be successful. She's hungry. She's not there yet. She has a lot of growing to do, a lot of working to do, but one day she will get there. You get what I'm saying? As long as she keeps working. So that's the type of player that they will get. And then, of course, there's other things that I can do to impact the game. I think all around, though, I impact winning. I do things that show up all around the stat sheet, stat sheet stuffer, not just scoring. I do a little bit of everything that's going to help my team be successful. And it varies each and every night. But again, whatever my team needs from me, I'm always willing to do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You could definitely see that just by the way you played at Ole Miss. And I mean, even the time that you did spend with the Wings, you definitely got praise from your teammates about like your work ethic and all that. So they should know that. They should be able to see that for sure.
I definitely. The worst thing is like leaving the opportunity, right? And let's say you don't get the opportunity. Okay, you don't get it, right? You take things away that you can learn and grow from. But the worst thing is leaving an opportunity and having regrets. Like leaving and feeling like imagine me leaving the Dallas training camp after getting waived, and the feedback that I received was, "Oh, you didn't come in and work hard every day." You get what I'm saying? That's like a slap in the face to everybody who sacrificed for me. That's not making the most out of the opportunity. So as you talked about my teammates giving me praise, I really appreciated it. But because there was a lot of mistakes being made by me as well, but I worked hard through my mistakes. You know,
Yeah,
you couldn't say that I wasn't going hard. You couldn't say I didn't want it. I didn't want it. That showed in everything that I did that I wanted it and that I was going to work hard, you know, through the ups and the downs. So that's one thing that I want to take with me, you know, in every opportunity that I enter. I'm a work hard again, and um, I'm gonna be the best that I can, of course. Work hard and through the ebbs and flows, try to be even keel, and I'm gonna let the chips fall where they fall.
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk a lot about your relationship with God and your family and your village and all that. Who would you say exactly, or what would you say exactly, is your motivation on a daily basis?
Definitely my siblings. I have three siblings: London, Summer, and Zion. My babies. All younger than me. I'm the oldest. They're my why. They're my everything. They don't play sports. They're different. One is an artist. One is in technology, and one is still figuring it out. But I know for sure, you know, they're not doing anything sports related. Well, actually, a lot. One is in swimming classes right now, the youngest, so he's enjoying swimming. We might have a Michael Phelps on our hands. You
Okay.
never know. So
Okay.
I'm encouraging him. I'm pushing him with that. But the other two, their journey is gonna be different, and maybe his too. You know, so me being, you know, their big sis, I took on that role immediately to show them the way. You know, I want to show them the right way to do things. Not saying that my way is always right, but I just want to show them, you know, give them a good example to have, you know, and let them know that it doesn't matter whether they play sports or not. You know, anything that they put their mind to, they can go after. You know, with hard work, they can do anything. So I hope that their big sis, you know, is doing a good job, you know, and showing them that each and every day. You know, I want to be a great example for them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's talk something a little close to your heart as well. You started the Maddie Scott Basketball Foundation.
Yes.
How did that come into fruition, and what exactly does the foundation provide?
So, oh man, it's kind of crazy because I've always had a knack for like giving back. Always had a knack for giving back. And the reason being, honestly, is because I wouldn't be where I am today without others giving back. You remember you asked me in the beginning, and I went on this long list from principals to coaches to my family. Like, I couldn't name one person because so many people have been influential in my life
Right.
and have guided me through it all. Um, so for me, it's like I didn't get here without others. I can serve others. I can be that for others. The same thing that other people have been for me, it's my turn to do the same for the next upcoming generation, you know, and that's my mindset. So that's where my foundation came into part. You know, me knowing that my upbringing wasn't all peachy and creamy and that I wouldn't be where I am without uh everybody putting a hand in.
Mm.
That's what my foundation does is reaching kids, you know, through the game of basketball, but letting them know that this isn't just to play basketball. Like, I'm teaching you skills that can help you be successful through life, that can help you want to go be a CEO, go be a CEO. You want to go be the president, go be the president. Whatever you put your mind to, skills that you learn in the game of basketball can help you, you know, achieve anything that you honestly that you put your mind to. That so that's what I do. This is gonna be year 3 of my camp. I'm really proud of it. Planning it currently in Oxford. For my last time in Oxford for a little while, because after this I'll be leaving. Super excited about, you know, giving back to the Oxford community again, teaching them these skills that's gonna help them be successful on and off the court. Um, and really showing again youth they can't be what they can't see. You know, they need a good example to look up to. They need to see people actually doing what they aspire to do one day. And I do that, you know, proudly. I want to be able to be that person for you, show them that, you know, I'm gonna make mistakes, I'm not perfect, I'm gonna get waved, I'm gonna fall down, but I'm always gonna get back up, and I'm always gonna give my all, and that's why I'm gonna be successful in life. And you can, you know, the kids can be successful as well.
Right.
Right. Right. Is there any way, if someone wanted to help out or help donate to the Maddie Scott Foundation, is there any way that they could do that?
Yes. So they can go on my website. I have a website, IamMaddieScott.com. And through the website, there's a link where they can donate. Every donation is greatly appreciated. It would definitely be appreciated for the events this year. Like I mentioned, I'm doing a camp here in Oxford. I'm also doing a community initiative. Last year was a fun day with moon bounces and face painting and stuff like that. So this year, we're currently in the process of planning it out. But your money is going to go to also back to school drive. So everything that you donate will be going to a good cause, all to the children, all to help them, you know, achieve their goals. We got to be the ones to help them. So please, you know, give all that you can. And again, even if it's not a lot of, money or materialistic things. Please give, your wisdom. Anything, any ideas that you have, any ways that I can level up my camp, level up my foundation. Only in year 3, but always looking to get better. So please let me know. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Anything can help for sure.
yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
And I think one big thing that you've mentioned is not only about basketball, but about life. And I think that's one thing that, especially the youth, need to remember that, it's not always about sports. Things could happen to where you don't get that career. So it's always good to learn these life lessons or life skills. So I think that's awesome.
Definitely. And to piggyback on that for a second, one of the biggest things I talk about in all my camps is the next play mentality, right? Of course, we know in the basketball, it's like you make a mistake, don't let it turn into 3, 4 mistakes. You got to be able to let that one mistake be that one mistake and move on and still impact winning, make impactful plays. We talk about that in life. I tell them about that. So, yes, we're talking about basketball next play, but I'm also talking about in life. Things are going to happen, hiccups, obstacles, trials and tribulations, things that are out of our control. However, what we can't control is our response. You can always control your response. Same thing I said when I got waived. It's all about my response. And I'm doing everything in my power to show up every day, be the best that I can be, respond good every day, build good habits. And I'm trusting in God and trusting that everything is going to work out the way it's supposed to. So this is what I'm teaching these kids. This is what I'm teaching the youth, just to keep going through it all.
Yeah. After you have your successful playing career, do you see coaching in your future? Because I could definitely see Coach Scott.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I definitely want to coach. You just
Okay.
said it. I want to coach. I want to stay around the game. I want to continue to guide and impact youth in a positive way. So definitely some coaching.
Okay. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah. Who is one coach that you could see yourself kind of not necessarily, well, I guess, mirroring your career after? I know that's a while away, but I'm just
Yeah.
curious.
Well, I've been coached by Coach Joe for 5 years. It's 5 long years, so it's natural for me to take things that she's instilled in me and pass it on down to my players. Uh, One of those things is gonna be, I think, as far as emulating coaching would be like Coach O's passion. You remember I talked about my passion. That's one of the things that brought us together and why we clicked so much was how much we both want to be great, right? So bad, how hungry we are, our passion for it, our passion for the game of basketball. So that's something that, I see on the sideline is in the defensive stands with us while we're out there playing. Like she's fully invested in everything that we have going on, on and off the court. She's just that great mentor that's there for life, and that's something that I hope to be to my players as well. Somebody they can call on and off the court. It's always bigger than basketball. We're talking, for life. I want to build relationships that will last a lifetime.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because speaking about for life, I mean, she pulled up to one of the games. Was it one of the preseason?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bigger than that, she always shows up. Always shows up. Pulled up to my first preseason W game with the Wings when we played against at Notre Dame against Vegas.
Yeah.
So that was dope for her to be there. And did it last minute. Bought the flight the same day. Made it happen same day.
Yeah.
Miss Make it happen. So I really, really appreciate her showing up. It meant a lot. And she testament to her as a person. Coach Joe's gonna show up and everything that I go through in life. She just always has, since I stepped foot here, and she always with us. Just our relationship bigger than basketball, and I hope to show up for her the same way she showed up for me.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. If there was one piece of advice you could give to the next generation of players, what would it be?
I think to enjoy the little things.
Yeah.
Let me tell you guys, like that's something I'm still trying to um manage now, right? It's something that I'm still working on to this day is enjoying the little things. Like, don't take anything for granted. Enjoy everything. I just got waived, right? But and it's so easy to sit and talk about all the negative or sit and blame or just be a Debbie Downer or be down. And it's just like, why? That was a blessing. Yeah, it may not have gone how I wanted it to, but I have so much to take from and learn from. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's like enjoy it. Enjoy it. Like in the moment when I was there, I had to tell myself one day, and thank God I had the vets and other players, tell me too. One-on-one conversations, like enjoy it, man. Like enjoy it. No matter what happens, enjoy it. Don't leave here and not enjoy every moment of this experience because so many people want to be in your shoes. And they were absolutely right. Like I had to check myself when I for a second I wasn't enjoying the moment because it's like Come on now. Like, this is an amazing opportunity. And through it all, how many people will want to be here? You get what I'm saying? And God has blessed you with this opportunity.
Yeah.
So, again, enjoy the little things because it's not going to always be here. Eventually, things come to an end. Eventually, you transition. Eventually, it's time for something new. God has a different plan. So, enjoy it. Whatever, you're in, enjoy it. And man, live your life. Live your life. Enjoy it and live your life.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Uh, just on a different note, what songs or artists do you listen to get yourself ready for a game or when you're training, or who are some of your favorite artists right now?
Honestly, I listen to all different types of music. Now, my favorite, when I'm in the mood, it depends on what mood I'm in.
Okay.
9 times out of 10 before the game, anything, my go to always is gospel. Honestly, because no matter what time of the day it is, whether it's a morning game, evening game, in college, sometimes you played at 12 sometimes you played at 7. No matter what time it was going to get me ready to go, ready to go out there and get my all gospel.
Mm.
So from Mary Mary to really Mary Mary, that's what
Yeah.
I listen to the most. Really Mary Mary. But Shackles is my favorite, one of my favorite songs of all time. Uh,
Okay.
so Shackles, I listen to that probably before every game. I'm listening
Yeah.
to Shackles, and once I'm done with that song, I feel like there's nothing that I can't do, and that's the perfect way to go into the game, feeling like God got you, and that there's have no fear because God is here, So yeah, the gospel for sure.
Okay. Well, you mentioned listening to Shackles before every game. Is there any other pregame rituals that you usually have?
I just shower before the game. I make sure I eat good. Definitely listen to my gospel, and I always sit and try to visualize myself in the game, different things. And I'm also a hard personnel studier. One thing about me is the only time I look at the scout is not going to be with the coaches. I'm studying it heavily by myself because I want to be known as an elite defender. You get what I'm saying? And with that, I got to know tendencies. It's not enough to just look at a scout once or twice. I have to study it. I have to have looked at this scout, probably like 10 times before it's time to play,
Yeah.
So I'm a huge learner, studier of the game. So I encourage, everyone to always be willing to learn and grow your knowledge of the game because it's gonna help, especially at the next level. Grow your IQ. You never have enough in your tank. That's what I'm doing right now. Is trying to add as much as possible, to my tank to help me, be effective all around the court. So be a student of the game for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Well, speaking of your defense, who would you say is the hardest player that you've had to guard throughout your whole basketball career?
That's a hard question. Because been blessed to play in the SEC, the best conference in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done had the opportunity to guard Ryan Howard and Georgia Amore and Sony Centron. Everybody who's gotten drafted this year, I guarded.
Mm.
Paige, you name it. I've had the opportunity to play against all these great players. This is a hard one. I'm really trying to sit and think. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna probably say Michaela Williams.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
giving it to a young buck. Now, not saying that I haven't played players that all the players that were drafted this year I played against this year, like I said, and they
Mm.
were absolutely amazing. They deserve to be playing at the biggest stage like they are. Wishing them nothing but the best. But Michaela, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
She's young. She has like her frame. Her frame is strong. Uh, can move, but also has enough strength to like finish through contact. Shot is pure. Just it's like her ability to score when not having to dribble a lot. 3 dribbles to get to a basket or her step back. Her ability to create separation from her defender. It's just a work of art. And for me, it's like I give it to her because the sky is the limit. She's still young. She still has so much more to add to her bag. So
Yeah.
she's a great player. Guarding her is definitely always a challenge. It's never an easy night with her, but that's what you live for. You want to guard the best. You want to go against people that are going to push you to be better as well.
Right.
So really dope career so far, and I'm wishing her nothing but the best moving forward as well.
Yeah. For sure.
Absolutely. Where do you see the women's game right now? Do you think it's definitely come? I mean, it's come a long way for sure.
Yeah,
It feels like more people are getting involved, especially in the WNBA, which is great to see. Uh,
Definitely in college for sure
Definitely in
too.
college as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
for sure.
Do you envision that continuing on going forward?
Oh, definitely. I feel like it's gonna continue to grow.
Mm.
We went from here to here, and now there's still levels. We're still not where we really can get to. You think about the new CBA that's coming. In the following season. There's a lot of more change still on the horizon, a lot more newness, and I'm excited to see the growth. You get what I'm saying? Like we've seen it, but I'm excited to see it continue. Because again, there's still so much more from from adding more teams to the league. You get what I'm saying? To eventually up in the pay and you name it. There's a lot of things that in a lot of ways the women's game still has to grow, to 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 really be, I guess, satisfied. So there's always room for growth, like I've talked about. So we still have a long way to go, but definitely proud of where we are today, and looking forward to where we are moving forward.
Yeah.
You played in college to where you kind of know. Did you notice the shift in all the extra eyes on women's basketball?
It was kind of crazy because I've seen both sides from no NIL to NIL.
Yeah.
I've seen no fans to fans or limited fans, excuse me, limited fans, but I've been on the side of both. So I've been able to experience both, and both have been, enjoyable experiences, and a lot to learn and grow from as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you think NIL being a part of college now? Do you think that's one reason why the game is growing as well?
I think so. It's one reason why, but there's many reasons why the game is
Right.
growing. For one, women are getting what they deserve. We're very talented. We work, excuse my language. I'll say we work our butts off. We work our butts off. We work our butts off, and we deserve, the spotlight. We deserve the platform. We deserve it all. So let me not say it's just NIL, but NIL has definitely been a huge, influencer. It's definitely had a huge impact on shoot, even collegiate athletics. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? The growth in college athletics. A lot of times, as for me, because I'm on the other side where I made my decision before NIL. But to see it now, to see how a lot of decisions are being made, honestly, strictly off of how much they're getting paid. I'm not necessarily a fan of it. I believe that your collegiate decision is a big decision that should be made off more than just money. You get what I'm saying? I understand that this money is amazing and it helps us provide for our families. It helps us, explore and tap into other aspects of our lives. So like we're very, very grateful for the money, don't get me wrong. But that's why you see the portal going as crazy as it is. That's why you see, honestly, it's not enough homes for as many people that's in the portal. There are gonna be some people that end up falling short, as unfortunate as it is. But it comes down to people not making the right decision for the right reasons, if that makes sense. Like making the decisions because, oh yeah, I can see myself playing here. The coach is gonna push me to be my best. Oh, they have openness in my position. Oh, I can see myself playing with these people in these positions. Like really analyzing, or are you just asking, they only giving me 150. I can go here and get 300, so I'm gonna go over here. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm just not. That's just not a mindset that I had or would have had if I was in this time. But I understand that it's impacted our game tremendously, and it's gonna continue to impact it until there's regulation put on it. And honestly, you see all the things that's going on, so they're working on it. But I think we need some type of regulation so that way kids don't. They got to make the right decision for them and understand that it's a big one. And that in life you're not going to be able to just stop what you're doing and jump into a new situation every time something isn't. Sometimes you got to fight through it. Sometimes you got to push, and then sometimes you do have to transfer and leave and move. But it's not as easy as where we're doing it right now. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, my little rant, my little vent session. Sorry about that,
no,
No,
but
you
no, you
yeah,
good.
good.
I mean, you make a good point. I think it's just there has to be some type of middle ground between no money and the NIL now because
Yeah.
it's hard to tell a 17-year-old like don't take as much money as you want.
exactly. It's
So,
life changing. It's
yeah,
life changing for a lot of these kids. Shoot, the money I received, you get what I'm saying? It helped me tremendously. So I'm not gonna sit up here and hate or act like I don't understand. To see that money until your eyes get big, you're like, wow, I can do X, Y, and Z. However, I think it comes down to what you're really looking for. Because like for a player that loves the game of basketball, I'm looking for more than just money. You
mhm,
get what I'm saying? I want to be great at this game. I'm and of course I want to be successful in life, but the money, like, it isn't about the money I'm making. Like, we're not in a career, respectfully, right now, women's basketball, where we're making what the men are making. We're not making an arm and a leg. You know what I'm saying? So we're not doing this. When you get to this level, you see more and more people not doing it for the money. You know what I'm saying? So in college, you can do it for the money or their time or go somewhere for the money. But when you get to the pros, like, you're coming across people who are doing it because they love it. Like, yes, it's their job, but this is, yes, how they feed their families, but they love it. Like, they eat, sleep, breathe basketball, and it shows.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it just depends on which side you're on. Again, there's a lot of pros to NIL, and it helped me tremendously, and I'm sure it helps many tremendously. I just want it to be some type of middle ground, like we talked about, so that way kids aren't making their decisions solely on that. There's so much other things that play a part into your collegiate journey, and again, making it just based off money, unfortunately, leaves a higher chance of you being in the portal the following year if you're just deciding off of money. Think about your plan, your position. Think about the kids that are coming in. Thinking about your coach. Think about the culture. Think about strength and conditioning. Think about the things that matter. You get what I'm saying? On top of the money as well. That's all I'm saying. So
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, it's definitely a testament for you because you stayed at Ole Miss for 5 seasons. Your
right.
whole
So I'm
college
biased.
career.
I'm a little
Yeah.
biased, I
But,
guess.
but but you don't see a whole lot of that nowadays with the transfer portal. You see a lot of players going to, especially I don't want to jump too much, but like football, you see some players are on 3, 4 different college teams. So sometimes I think there needs to be that middle ground because it gets a little out of hand for sure.
Right. For sure.
I'm gonna take it a little bit outside of basketball for a little bit.
Let's get it.
Because you be dressing, you be putting it on
My God. My
like
God.
like your WNBA draft outfit was like one of the standouts. What inspires your style?
Well, first things first, gotta shout out my girl again, Leah Two King, currently playing for the Sparks, on her hardship contract. She's
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. Stylist as well, not just a hooper, stylist as well.
Okay.
You know, my great longtime friend. She deserves all the blessings that are coming her way. She's amazing, and she styled my draft fit. So much love to her. Forever grateful for her and our friendship. And as far as my fashion is concerned, that's my second love. Basketball is my first, but my fashion is my second. You know, I love putting on fits. I think it's a way that I can express myself. It tells a little bit of my story and who I am. By what I put on. You know, it makes me feel good. You know, it's a way of, again, expressing myself and tapping into Madison Scott as a person. You know, it takes my mind away from basketball. You know, it's something else that I really enjoy to do. So really, really into fashion. So that's why I'm really, really excited. I can say this here that my next destination, I'll be playing overseas in Italy, in
Oh,
Milan.
Wow.
In
oh,
Milan. So the destination of Milan, I'm so excited. Not only to hoop, you know, of course I'm excited to be down there and hoop, but I'm excited about Milan. You get what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
the
Wow.
everything that comes with it. And especially with me, you know, really being into fashion and modeling, it's gonna be a nice time to tap into that side of things too. So you're gonna be seeing a lot more content from me. All of my fans get on my head sometimes when I open my DMs sometimes because they say I don't post enough and all of that. They're right, keep holding me accountable, but I'm here to say that moving forward, especially when I get overseas, there's gonna be a lot more that posting more. So, you know, my fans and everybody who supported me get a more insight into Madison Scott, you know, the woman, you know,
Right.
as well as the basketball player.
yeah,
So really excited about that, and y'all gonna see some more. You're gonna see some more fits.
yeah,
You know, I'm gonna do a little something, a little something.
For
So yeah, I'm
sure.
excited.
Well,
well,
first off, congratulations.
congrats. Yeah,
Thank
That's
you so
awesome.
much. Thank you. I
um,
appreciate it.
yeah, those tunnel fits about to go
Yeah.
crazy.
Yes.
Looking forward to
Yes.
that. How you feeling about your new team?
Super excited.
Yeah,
Super excited. That was something that it was like a breath of fresh air, you know, signing that contract and having um, some knowledge on what's next. Because that's why the next step after college is so scary sometimes, you know, with the W. Because, you know, it's no guarantee. You're not guaranteed any spot. Look at me. You get what I'm saying? So when you don't know what's next, you know, the fear of uncertainty sometimes. And that's why, you know, having faith in God is such a huge part in continuing on your journey. That's how you continue when times get hard, is really that trust in God, you know? So it meant a lot to sign that and to really lock in, you know, knowing that I had something to prepare for next. as I wait for other opportunities, of course, I'm staying ready for those. I know for sure that I have something coming up, something to look forward to. So I'm super excited about it.
For sure. We're
Yeah,
definitely excited for you.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
definitely. That's an exciting experience, and we definitely are
Yes.
wishing you the best on your next step in your career.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, go over there and dominate like you know how, you know.
It's time to take it to another level, and I plan on doing that, one day at a time, but I'm going to get there.
Yeah.
Right.
Slowly but surely, I'm going to get there.
And then you just get that experience of just living overseas for a little bit too. So
Yeah,
Yes.
that's gonna be fun.
yeah.
It's definitely gonna be fun. I got a little taste. Don't know if you guys know this. I had a little bit of couple spurts with USA basketball 3x3.
Hmm.
Okay.
Uh, so that kind of prepared me. That life overseas, different countries, kind of prepared me for Italy. But I know Italy. At least I'm gonna eat good. I'm,
Oh
I'm,
yeah,
I'm going in some great food. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be. I'm already ahead of the game, so I'm excited.
yeah, for sure.
for sure.
And what was that experience like playing with the USA team?
Oh, it was great. I feel like it just that short time I was with them, my IQ increased
Yeah,
off rip immediately. 3x3 you can't hide. 12-second shot clock, you gotta go really, really quick, and it's only three people on the court. You get what I'm saying? One and two other people. You and your two other teammates. You can't hide. And the possessions are quick. Next play mentality, like we talked about. You don't have time to harp on what just happened because there's no stoppage in play. You get what I'm saying? It's teaching you to keep going and playing through your mistakes while also teaching you to play fast and expanding your IQ. You want to um you don't want to work as hard. You want to work smarter. You get what I'm saying? So like 3x3 shows you that. It's showing you to make the different reads. It's showing you the proper ways to screen and how effective you can be because there's no help. There's no help. So when you screen and you get a good screen or you run this action perfectly, again, split action, you name it, all of those are opportunities to be effective in 3x3 because there's no help, it's no wall. You're able to go get a bucket when you need to go get a bucket. It's what you dream of when hooping. It's like playing pickup, but more structured pickup, and also again here you're working, smarter, not harder, like
no,
we talked about. So yeah,
Well, we definitely know you're going to make your way back to that.
yes,
We
one day,
understand.
one day my time will come, and I'll be ready for it.
yeah,
Absolutely. Well, we're very excited to see your next journey. Can't wait to see you hooping in Italy. And like we said, we wish you the best.
Thank you so much, guys. This was dope. You
Yeah.
guys are dope. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
yeah. We definitely appreciate you coming through, and like you said, excited to see what you got going out there in Italy. Excited to see the fits. I'm
Yep.
gonna be watching the Instagram.
Yes, sir. Whenever you want me to get you right, let me know. I
Okay.
got you too.
Yeah, I can use some tips. I can use a lot of
Yeah.
tips.
Yes, sir.
Same for sure.
And once we get this merch dropping, we're going to send you a shirt.
Oh, and I'm gonna rock it.
See how you style
Listen,
it.
Okay.
See how you
all
pull
my
it.
teammates overseas gonna want one. I'm gonna have to send them the link.
Yeah,
Make
for
sure they
sure.
they
Yeah.
they get their hands on
For
it.
sure, for sure. Well, speaking of your Instagram and everything, where can the people find you?
Yes, all my socials are I am Maddie Scott. My fans also been getting on my head about TikTok. I promise, coming soon. I'll be getting more active on TikTok. That's one of the things that I have not been active on, but I'm more so active on Instagram, X every once in a while. But I am Maddie Scott on everything. You can find me. Please continue to reach out, support. It means more than any of you ever know. Again, hoping to make all those rooting for me proud. Hoping to leave my mark and be remembered. When I'm no longer here. So I really appreciate it. Appreciate you guys and wishing everybody again nothing but the best.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you coming on here and sharing your story,
Thank you so much.
and sharing your future, man. We're very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very happy. But thank you so much for joining us, and we'll get you back on the show for sure.
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure. Can't wait to talk things out down the line. Hopefully
yeah,
I've been in the league a couple years. I can talk about that transition and how that's been. So I'm
yeah.
looking forward to it for sure.
I'm ready to cop a jersey for sure. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes. Coming soon. I
yeah,
promise. Coming soon.
yeah.
All right, Maddie. Thank you so much. It was a great time talking with you.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.